Yeah, the chord at the end.
Yeah, that was like, whoa.
Tasty.
How was that?
Was I
That was sick.
sloppy enough?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah. Oh, take it easy.
I'm
Take
all
it easy,
sweaty
Kalei.
now.
Oh, no, that was killed.
Oh, we were like, oh, Neal's here. We better like
glad you
practice.
said that. Glad you said that because the last lick I did screwed it up, and I was like, oh. All right, nobody heard it.
I thought that was the transition. I thought was so sick. When you started, it was just like sick.
All right,
Oh,
we got
take
the
it
approval
easy.
from
You're
Dr.
so
I gotta go
Yes.
take a shower and now.
Wait, man. Your solo is super
Is it the
tasty. I'm
annual
like
shower?
wiping off the drool.
Oh, sorry.
It might be a record because I'm not sweating it. Like, because I'd usually just be dripping in sweat. I think
Hey,
we did it pretty well, boys.
The night is young, my friend.
Got more where that came from.
This is the winter. It's been snowing.
Isn't it Christmas? It's supposed to be cold, but kind of moist and sweaty.
Extra sweaty.
Hey, it's nice. It's good for contrast. I feel like contrast is such a good element of life. You know?
The weather outside is... And it's like, oh, wait, no, it's not. We live in Hawaii.
It's not frightful. Well, it was a few weeks ago.
It gets pretty frightful with all the illegal fireworks going off
I did hear
at
some.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels more like Christmas now that Neal's here.
Oh,
Yay.
Hey,
feels
there we
like
go.
actually feels like Christmas.
If you could bring the cold Seattle...
Just a whisk.
Just a, yeah.
Just a little.
Just a tiny bit.
Couple
It's just
flurries.
a
follow
jar's
him.
worth.
Yeah, I
Open
wish
it up.
if I could just like live in that Seattle weather for like one day a week, I'd be totally cherry. Because then you can leave it. Because contrast.
Hey,
No.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did? Yeah. But
So how is it?
it's great. It's nice though. Right now it's not great. It's like cold and gray.
Super cold?
So
Yeah,
you wish you lived here 6 days a week? Is that what?
Yeah, right. I could just that's economical, right? It's but
If
it
you
is
have
nice.
Benefits. You have flight benefits.
That's true.
What is it? Like, what, 30 degrees? 20 degrees?
No,
Not
I mean
that cold?
in like the evenings and the early mornings, it gets pretty cold for sure. But the thing that's kind of crazy is like during the day, if there's sun out, it's hot. It's like warm, So you'll experience so many different things in like one day, which I think it's cool and inconvenient at the same time.
Kind of like how yesterday was. I stepped outside and I was like, what's this? It's muggy. And it didn't even rain. I was expecting it to rain. It was disappointing.
Yeah, cool off a little bit.
First world problems.
It's been a warm
Not
winter.
really, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, man, I don't know whether to wear my coat or not. It's like, it's crazy out there.
It's so crazy out there.
Wow, but
I guess I'll just wear one shirt today.
Should I do oat or skim? I don't know.
Should I play a concert today?
or soprano.
Well, what can I say? Life's hard.
It's a good thing I have all the ukes.
Kalei, talk about what you kind of did to
I think Andrew was like, all right, talk about that. Because
Let's get this show on the road.
9:30.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
that first uke yet.
No, I was going to ask you about kind of talking about what you did to the song there.
Oh, it's more like what we did. But I remember when we were talking about like a few weeks ago, like, hey, can we kind of change up some of these Christmas songs to give it a new voice, new life? And then so we decided to, instead of playing it in standard 6/8, we did it in 4/4. And some parts we still played it in 6. And so the song is normally, majority of it is 3 chords. So basically you're holding a G minor and all you're doing is walking the D up. So all you're doing is just moving your fingers appropriate to where the bass line is moving. You could hold G minor the whole time while someone's doing this and it'll be just fine. So you have options. You could play the actual chords or just play a whole G minor while you're backing someone up. And then when we came to the Merry, 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 Merry Christmas, we played it in 6. So the parts together would sound like this. And because we're in 4, I have to make adjustments. And here we go back to 6. And then we kind of slowly blended back into that 4 kind of feel. So we're going straight into it. And this is a collective idea from all 3 of us. Like, Neal chimed in some like cool ideas when he got here. Cora and I, we've never really gotten to work on this until pretty much like maybe once or twice before this, but mostly tonight. And yeah, hope you guys like it. Something different. Let us know in the comments if you think it was a good move or not, because if it is, we'll keep playing it every year.
I want to find out next week we got canceled. Just don't touch Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Nah, that was
Sorry.
dope. That was dope. Neal, what do
So
you how do you approach soloing over something like that?
Oh, good question. Well, it's mostly, you know, like Clay was saying, it's mostly in G minor. And since the bass is just moving, I feel like you can just play in G minor and kind of get away with it. But I think it's fun to play with the cliche, right? So, I don't know. For better or for worse, I always like to lean into them. And so I think bringing it up in octave was kind of nice. Just so that there's a little bit of contrast. So if the other ukulele is down here. Oh, yeah. Then, right? Then we're in different parts, different real estate, excuse me. So here, the movement now is on the A string, the 5, so it's kind of nice when you do it an octave up. And it gives a sense of home when you come back to it. So I think if you start by the solo, come back to it, right? And hand it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always fun. I love playing with cliches like that, you know?
You can add like blues licks into it. You can add a lot of pentatonic
Yeah.
scales into
you
it.
can add melodies
Absolutely.
that shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Like in mine, I was like,
Because it's on a minor chord. There's so many. It's just like on one chord. It's so yeah. How many different songs have we come up with in this evening, right?
That like a solid like
At least
4 albums worth.
It's like 20% of every song. So, could work.
which I feel like if you sew them together, it's pretty sick. Like I mean, it's a good song.
I am so impressed with the new instrument that Neal is playing.
oh yeah.
Tell us more about that, guys.
So that is the long-awaited UT110, and this is the first ukulele. Well, actually, the only ukulele currently right now in the high-end series that features a satin finish. So we've had a lot of requests over the years for an ukulele similar to this with this type of finish. And the cool thing about this is, yes, it is lattice braced like the 100 series. But what is different is the mahogany used for this. It's you can call it South American, Cuban mahogany, whichever you prefer. But this is one of the most premium types of mahoganies you can get. It's known for producing really rich overtones, amazing sustain, And they knocked it out of the park with this one, in my opinion. I mean, Corey and I were talking earlier when I just got here, trying out the ukes for the first time, and fairly impressed. It features Cuban mahogany for the top, back, and sides. A very nice spalted maple rosette that kind of has the moonbird theme going on for the rosette, and it's really nice. We got green purflings, green fret dots.
Show us the end graph.
Oh, check out the end graph on the bottom of the uke. It's pretty sick.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah, look at that. You have maple mixed in with some of the green purfling. Actually, that probably is dyed maple. And yeah, it's really, really nice. This ukulele has probably the warmest, deepest sound out of all the tenors that came in so far. Really cool. Of course, it has Goto UPT tuners, Mother of Pearl logo,
New fluorocarbon string.
and these new fluorocarbon strings. So this is kind of nicknamed the green mahogany, or I just call it by the model name, the UT110. And with the green accents, the fret dots, the purfling, they ended up pairing it with a special type of green strings that these come stock with. We ended up throwing on a low G for tonight for more contrast.
So wait, these have like green dyed,
Yeah.
but you can't order them.
They will be available soon. Right now, Johnson kind of went on a string craze earlier this year, so
It's definitely not like a bright green because I'm not seeing it from this far away. But
it's good that it's not too like out there, because a lot of people love green.
Well,
but
yeah,
they probably
it
don't want it to be like
might not.
green everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
But
subtle.
but how do you see it from there, Neal?
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Is it like an
Especially-
emerald type of a
Yeah,
hue, or?
like a green, like a dark black green kind of.
Subtle.
Yeah, like you say, it's subtle. I was just looking at it earlier and I couldn't tell. I was like, what's different about this? I couldn't tell until you pointed it out, which I like that. Like it's a nice subtle touch. You say.
Yeah.
So Cuban mahogany is more dense than Honduran, and it gets a little bit towards the rosewoody kind of tones, but also it's soft enough to make a great soundboard.
Wow.
Overall, like some of my favorite instruments that have come through have had Cuban mahogany. So it's kind of amazing to have at least a limited series from them. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully they keep coming, but
We were able to get a few in on this shipment, and we brought everything here. So what you see is all we have on hand at the moment. But because of our first impression of this model, we're going to keep bringing them in. I think it's a great addition to the just anyone's ukulele collection if you're looking for something that contrasts what you already have.
so they just walked up with these right before we started, but we got this in concert and soprano as well.
Yes.
Okay, Neal, start us off with solo sound sample on this guy.
Manyahaje Carnival, Black Orpheus.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, I know this song.
See, and yeah, I love this. I love moments like this because Country Comfort, We Are the Children, right? It's the last song on Country Comfort's like We Are the Children, which is like, I don't know. That's so cool to me.
I have to
Like that's a band from Hawaii.
download that.
You know? And like, but I mean, it's a staple of the Brazilian music and bossa nova and whatnot, and it's so cool I love seeing the crossover like that.
Talk about the gigs you've been doing back home.
Yeah, been playing with my good friend Marco J. Carvalho, guitar player, and we've been playing with actually a couple of different ensembles. We've been doing a trio now with guitar, ukulele, and violin and fiddle, which has been super, super fun to play, just to kind of like go into the genre and, just kind of try out a lot of the guitar vocabulary on the ukulele, in a nutshell. I'll keep it brief, but it's like the harmony I feel like is so dense, at least more dense than what I'm used to, that it's really challenging to make it fit on 4 strings, because a lot of these chords are like 5-6 notes or something like that, and fully extended chords. And that's, I don't know, that's another one of the fun majesties of this instrument. I think it's one of the virtues of it is like playing with such a quote unquote limited range. And so anyway, these gigs have been so much fun, just like kind of digging into that and like trying out a different sensibility. And it's really humbling too, which I love that feeling. So yeah.
You post dates at nealchin.com.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Follow him on wherever.
nealchin.com or Facebook or Instagram. I usually post dates up there. So yeah, play around Seattle. So
yeah, I would love to catch you guys. Have them come out with you sometime.
Well, that's
that would be fun.
that's the
I've
dream.
never been
That's
there.
like I talk to him about it probably every other gig. I'm like, oh, Marco, one day we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go to Hawaii. You gotta come and meet
Come
all these people.
Give us
We
a little
play.
concert for the
Oh,
Hawaii Music Supply YouTube
that would
family.
be a dream for me to bring him here like that. Yeah, it would be great.
Oh,
You guys would dig on.
it's gonna
So
happen.
good. It's so good.
Next Christmas.
Hey, there we go.
Can save up enough for 2 flights. Just save $1 a day. So, wait, how much is a flight here?
Those miles, Hey, we're working out those miles.
that won't get you anywhere.
I got you one-way flight, right? At least.
You could get here, but I don't know about going.
Yeah, you figure it out from
Stand
there.
by.
You save your money from your gigs and you can buy your own ticket home.
All right, so there's a bunch of new aNueNues in. Maybe I can get you guys to kind of line up and take turns at this station here and give me sound samples of them.
Yeah.
Maybe, do we have another one of this in a high G? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's start with that and then go to the different sizes on this new model and
Cool.
take it from there.
Sweet.
Wow.
It's so balanced.
It's just it. Wow. Oh, jeez.
It's still super close to me. I think I'm just
We put the headphones on and it gets even more trippy. You can hear like all of the like that bassiness coming out from it.
hope that didn't clip.
Oh man, this thing is powerful.
Yeah. I can just tell when certain models are just gonna set off people's UAS.
Oh,
It's just like,
it's like now you see him, now you don't.
yeah.
I gotta.
Fun one to have.
As soon as you run out, we're putting in another order just for these.
Let's go to the other sizes.
Yeah, holy moly. That
So this is the new lattice bracing that aNueNue is using, and well, I mean, give your thoughts on it.
so it kind of like shakes your soul in a good way. No, but the kind of resonance that it has, I guess in the lower kind of mid-range, kind of just hits you in the gut in a very pleasant way.
I thought the 100 series concert was massive. That's something else.
Yeah. I'm not much of a concert ukulele player, but man,
Cuban
very
mahogany,
impressive.
smooth satin finish.
Even up the neck.
Let's get Neal to sample that one.
Damn, that's nice.
Even the just all right, Neal.
Oh, so warm.
It feels good. That was sick.
Up here
His
is
rings.
that's. I almost messed up. I enjoyed that chord so much. It's like, whew. Oh, that's the misty thing. Balanced is the word. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's bright, but it has that body underneath it.
Yeah. Huh. I like that. You can change your attack too, which is I think is kind of. I was really worried that I was gonna be really loud on some of those strums, but it worked out really nicely with the single notes.
You can kind of lay into it without worrying about being too loud. There's
With a
enough
wide range
chunkiness
of
to it.
tones too.
That's
You
yeah.
could like make it super warm. Then come in bright, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful model. All right, let's check out the soprano.
Dang.
If you close your eyes, you wouldn't be able to tell that it was a soprano.
Oh, not at all. Dang.
It's clear and warm at the same time.
It's everything that you could want from a soprano. And I am not a soprano player. I just like to take all the soprano sound samples because it's fun. And it's also challenging. But when you have one that does everything you need to, it's extremely enjoyable.
Very challenging for these sausage fingers. So
Only when you get up here, that's when it's like, oh, you know, like. That's really impressive. Like normally when you have a soprano, you play it high up here, it just loses all the tone.
It just
It's just like sopranos dive.
soprano.
Yeah, I think this is definitely one of our top sopranos we've featured as far as when you take into account sound and feel and playability. Yeah, and then the price tag.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys that are watching at home, but Corey and I are big fans of Cuban Mahogany. And We mentioned that they should have a Cuban mahogany model, right? During one of our meetings with aNueNue. And this was maybe like a year or two ago.
Yeah, and he was saying he could get it sourced. So
Yeah.
Cuban mahogany is hard to find. Reminds me of the Koa Whale that I want back, but I don't have the money for. Sean is probably like, bro, what the hell are you doing?
I played it too.
I
It sounds really
know.
amazing.
A lot of memories. So the story is I traded that for my wife.
Hey, you made the right choice.
Yeah.
That's not how it went.
I hope you
more
you chose your wife over the ukulele.
In a nutshell, right?
She was like, me or the uke.
It's like, all right, selling
Really?
the uke, I guess.
No way.
No,
Stop
I didn't.
it.
I didn't have. I had no idea how much a green card would cost. It's funny. It's green. It's a green card and Cuban. Anyways,
Is that so you can buy weed? What is that?
not that kind of green card.
Green card. That's what you sold your ukulele for.
Neal, do you play soprano?
You know,
You a soprano dabbler?
a dabble. I'm gonna say the same like I said.
Jump on that
They're
guy
fun.
and give us your thoughts.
But yeah, that was when like the initial green card process is like $1,500 for immigration.
Yeah, that sounds about. You want to become American? You gotta pay.
Oh, I gotta pay.
That's
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna get one of these.
I was playing it earlier today. I was just like, oh, come on. Why do I feel like I need one?
Wait. I always feel like I don't know why everything else. I always think of like Otasan or Satin. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
See all those chords.
And then you gotta, you only thumb, all thumbs.
Yeah.
Only thumbs.
Yeah. Right.
I gotta do
Yeah. What do you wanna play, little guy? What do you wanna do? Oh, there, little guy. Let's do this. strum chords.
Sounds great.
I wanna live a life where I talk to my ukes the way you talk to your.
Oh, what's up there, little guy? You want to play a little song there? A little jazz?
I know. I love that style. I wish I could learn from you, but I don't live in Seattle. I wish there was a way.
Well, the thing is, my friend.
Tell what?
No.
Do you have an idea? How could I take lessons from you?
Well, if you want to take lessons from me, no. You can go right to my website and sign up if you want to take lessons. I still have a little bit of a waiting list, but starting in January, I'm going to have drop-in days. So, for those of you who don't want to take regular lessons or, just want to come in for just a couple of lessons once a month, maybe twice, we'll see. I'm going to have a day open where people can just come in and sign in on Saturdays. So that's going to start up in January, and all the details will be up on my website at nealchin.com.
You know what you do when you have a waiting list? You raise your prices. I'm just kidding. People are going to be like, hey. No.
Times are hard.
There you go. How much does
inflation.
milk cost now, What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Hey, people get raises every year, you know what I mean? Like, you got to give yourself a raise.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know about that.
Japanese people are like, you get raises?
You get raises? What is it, 50%? What? That's insane. 2. Yeah, this is really fun. Really fun to play. Same thing. Go up, it's so clean. Yeah, I know this is a beautiful brand new instrument. I'm not going to scratch it, or else I do all the. I feel like it's so much fun to do all the percussive stuff on sopranos. All Ota-san and Uncle Eddie Kamaya.
Yeah. You're a soprano player trying to make yeah.
I don't know. Just from a what's the word I'm looking for? An idealistic point of view, right? Like, I don't know.
Right.
The original conception of the instrument was small, and I feel like it's just kind of nice to go back, not in a purist kind of way, but it just makes you think different, makes you play different.
Totally, and with an instrument like that, it's actually got a little bit of sustain, unlike some. So it's like you got some tone to work with.
Yeah, that's like an almost unfair amount of sustain.
Well, yeah, and
Soprano.
I mean, I don't know. Usually my mentality is like, okay, beyond fret 8, fret 7, around, you just got to just know that it's maybe not going to be great or something. Yeah. Just on average of sopranos that you pick up, right?
But then you come across these and you're like, wait.
That's how I was going to play. I was like, oh, I could try. Oh, yeah, it still works up here. It's nice. Yeah. It's beautiful. I have to think about it.
Let's get another Christmas tune from you guys.
Sorry, it's like I'm overshooting a lot of my notes too. So I'm
you got the little
trying
guy.
to watch you guys and remember I'm playing a soprano.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Joe.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to be Neal for a little bit.
All the chords.
So it'd be like
It's funny how the soprano's doing all the
yeah, you do all the heavy work.
It's like, oh.
So punchy.
Yeah. Dang. That was fun.
Nice.
Sorry if I played some of the wrong chords and the wrong melody lines.
It's jazz.
It's jazz.
It's gypsy jazz. You just need one finger. There you go.
It'd be like
That sounds more Italian.
With the cello.
and gypsy jazz because the melody is gypsy.
All the decoration.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Neal, we're talking about this on our last episode, but what are some of the qualities that you think define that style of gypsy jazz?
Oh boy.
In terms of but like in terms of how you approach it on the ukulele.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Let me just think real quick. Just to formulate the thought so I don't ramble. Because my theory is my theory is
Have a seat. Let's talk about it.
well, okay, so it's not my idea. It's based on it's a stolen idea. It's a stolen idea off of Dizzy Gillespie, nonetheless. But it's the idea that you give primacy to rhythm. And I think this genre is a great example of it. I feel like funk is kind of like that, right? Reggae is very much like that. Not kind of, very much like that, excuse me. Where it's a very rhythmically driven thing. So I feel like when I teach at first, I usually have students just comp for a long time. Because I feel like if you can get the feel... It's this. Right? And of course the harmony and everything is also equally as important, but I feel like starting with that as a cornerstone, like that creates like a feel that even if you get really colorful, which is I think another mark of the genre, playing all the chromatic notes and whatnot, like it fits, like it's framed in that rhythm. So that, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know if it's a chicken or egg thing, but I think it allows you to hear those dissonant things and be okay with them, you know? The other thing, melodically, I think having chord tone type of soloing, like really focusing on chords and doing enclosures on chords is a great way to think about it. So if you're, if you're on G, well, maybe on G. I'll just give you that real quick. So if you're on G, for example, and I'm going to play this note G, right? I mean, I can just play, of course, the note itself. But to kind of maybe enhance, so to say, or stretch around it, I can play notes that are around the note G and enclose, if you will, on the note, right? And so I usually like to go a scale tone above and a half a step below. That's a general guideline. You know, of course, we're gonna break it immediately because we want to have fun with playing music. It is play music, not work music. I dare say. But anyway, right? So if I'm hitting like an arpeggio, like G, B, and D, and then I'm doing these enclosures, right? I would play on G, and my next note would be B. The scale tone would be C, and I have a step below, and then D. If I do D, the scale tone above would be E, if I'm in the key of G, of course, and I have a step below. So you put it all together. A little bit of technique. You mix in the chromaticism even more. Or something like that. Add a little bit more flavor. So I think that's kind of a nice way to think about it. Yeah, I don't know. When I hear that, I just immediately think of Django Reinhardt, you know, especially if it's on like a minor chord, you know? Like a... Oh, cleaner, sorry. Let me try again.
That's a cool exercise.
Yeah, I love it. I'm a big advocate, not to just start pontificating a lot, but it's like, of free education. Like I think searching, like it's the great equalizer. I think it's my philosophy, and so I found this just like watching a guy on YouTube, like on Facebook, excuse me, during the pandemic. This guy was just talking about enclosures, and he broke it down exactly like that. And it took me a couple of years of just sitting on it for it to make sense, because it was just an exercise. And I admittedly didn't dig into it, just kind of left it on the back burner. But, again, it's just highly evocative of the genre. And the thing that's really cool about it is that it doesn't just sit here, right? You can take the idea, the concept, and then move it to other things of, other harmony, right? I mean, I think having the half a step below creates a leading tone into the tone you're targeting, right? It begs for you to hear that note, right? The leading tone going up. So I think it's just kind of a fun thing to play with, right? Maybe chromaticism, I don't know. Here, I'm moving up to grab a G an octave up from where I started. So anyway,
And yeah, it's like that rhythm is just the train, and then everything else is just what's happening on the train. But if you're on the train, it's all good.
absolutely. You gotta follow, Bootsy Collins, right? Just hit the one, right? Just hit the one. You're good, Nah. But I don't know. I like, honestly, because, okay, admittedly, I feel, okay, it's just let me phrase it as the posture, I think, is good to think of it like that, because then you can let go and you can let go a little bit more, because then you can just focus on the rhythm, and rhythm is such a physical thing that once you start to embody it, you feel compelled to move in this. This is why it makes people dance, right? And so, that's where, again, if you stay there, right, and then just kind of let your mind go a little bit, like we were talking about earlier in the podcast of, all the different songs that came out of that, and just literally playing with it, right? Playing all those different little melodies in between can be really fun, and I like that posture for playing, because I don't know, it's a rare occurrence in life that we get to do that anyway, so it's kind of nice to do it here with friends, right? So just play, really play with a capital P.
Speaking of Bootsy Collins, I was going to say, explain the whole thing in your best Bootsy Collins impression.
No, that's awesome stuff, though.
I would follow.
Neal.
Hey,
It's like a rhythm forward approach.
yes.
And from there, it gets you to feel it. And then you're having fun.
Right. And that's the I don't know.
Then you
I don't know how you guys
can
feel
play
about
around
this
with
kind of thing.
it from there,
But when you get too serious, right? And I mean this, I'm not saying you don't take the music seriously and you're not, it's not important to you. But if you grip too tight, the thing slips out of your fingers, right? I don't know.
It kind of takes out all the joy when you're just trying to perfection, rather than just play. Let's just enjoy what each other is doing.
Yeah.
Be inspired by
what
other
sounds
people.
good.
And ultimately, and I think that's where I love mixing these rigid things where we practice arpeggios and enclosures and blah, 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 blah. And then when we get to playing, just play whatever sounds good in the moment,
Yeah.
right?
How you kind of had a New Yorker kind of flair to the whatever's in the moment.
Whatever's in the moment, But, I mean, here's a good example, right? We were playing Let It Snow, right? And admittedly, I didn't know the tune super well, okay? So, you can't see it on camera. But I was being kind of a jerk, and I pulled out a chord chart.
What?
Oh,
Okay? What?
can't
Paper?
believe. As I watched you for the entire time, look at your feet.
I mean, again, it's not like the chart's not good, right? But it wasn't the moment, right? Why am I going to try to play Ink? There was a moment I was like, yeah, don't be dumb. Don't play the Ink, play Kalei. Kalei's leading the song. It's not even that one is better than the other, but it's just the moment. That would be the mistake, in my opinion. I don't. That's my philosophy. I don't know. I want to meet you. Like, I want it to be a 50-50 thing, you know?
I take that philosophy, and they're like, "You're playing the same chord. You're supposed to change." Oh,
But you know what I mean.
didn't think I had to look.
Everybody plays the girl from Ipanema in F. You gotta play the girl from Ipanema in F. Everyone's gonna. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes it a little bit. The recording's not in F. The original thing's not in F, but like
Yeah, what
everybody
is it
plays
in?
it in F. You know, the real book is in F. That's why, right?
Is it in like E flat or something?
It's in D flat.
D flat.
Yeah.
That's not a guitar
Because
friendly.
why not?
It's not an ukulele friendly key, but physically, I should say. But
I don't think it's friendly on any, even a guitar, D flat. Like, why would you do that?
you know what's nice is even on a high G, if you play in D flat, you have a C natural. So then you can get. Oh, sorry, but you get the idea. You know what I mean? You have a note below your root. I hate's a strong word. I don't like it when I only have the root on the bottom. I want a note below the root, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
For the enclosure thing, actually, right?
major 7 or whatever.
Yeah, just do you have that the leading tone thing, you know? So D flat. And you mean in low G you can, right? But on the high G you can still do it.
There, that's
blah,
a
blah, blah.
bright side of
You
D,
know?
D flat.
Well, I don't know. That's what I always tell my students. too,
You're
is
always
like,
finding the positive.
you got to. You have to. I mean, that's my theory.
This is
you
like,
have to.
this goes beyond music. This is big.
This is my. I mean, you know, genuinely, that's my philosophy. But like, you have to find the virtues of every key.
Well, what is it? Is it D flat or C sharp?
Yeah, D flat.
That's a question on an application. Yeah, are you a D flat kind of guy or a C sharp?
Yeah.
C sharp.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're.
C
Couldn't
blurry.
I did see that on,
One
your,
of those
on your Tinder
D-flat
profile.
people.
You know,
Them D flat people.
oh, D flat,
this guy.
swipe left. Yeah. Oh.
Are you a D flatter?
All right, let's get samples on these guys.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm
We're gonna play.
That was Let It Blow.
Pants are tight.
My wallet's full. That's why.
that's what,
That's why.
yeah.
Nice. Very brave of you to play it in A sharp
Swipe left.
or C flat flat.
Tsugi. Oh. This one?
Yeah. That's illegal. Timeout.
What the heck?
All the chords.
So I was laughing. I was like, "What am I doing?"
He was just going on the line A B C D E F G, with all the sharps and flats in between, all the different inversions, all the substitutes.
Well, you know what?
At one time.
It's what they say, you know. If you don't have anything to say, just say everything.
Do they say that?
No, I don't know. Maybe if I just keep talking fast enough, maybe no.
It's funny how like the soprano is so limited, and then you play that.
You ever like walking around like a store and you just like don't know which way you want to go, so you just kind of like zigzag all over the place.
That's a good way to think of it. That's a really good metaphor, because every single time I would go back out of the store and be like, "Hey, oh, I was in Lids, not Urban." I don't know. I haven't been to a mall in forever. So, you know.
You're turning around.
Yeah, I was trying to get sushi, and like all of a sudden I'm buying pants. It's like, what's happening right now? But it's a good time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Kind of scary even. But what happened to your pants? get to
Not
buy
again?
pants, but then I ended up in a sushi restaurant.
With no pants?
I just had this image that you.
This is like dream territory.
Yeah.
You didn't have pants. Like it's not like you didn't have pants in general. You just that day you didn't have pants on, so you're like, I gotta go buy some pants, and
I
like,
see.
that'd be a scary kind of dream. That is dream territory. I've had dreams like that.
And your mouth you would have like no mouth, so you can't speak.
Oh,
Right? Do you guys
I
ever
didn't
get
have
that one?
that. That's
I get that one.
I guess the
Like the teeth falling out kind of thing.
yeah. There's that. That's a sign of you're
psychoanalyze
stressed out.
If there's any dream psychologists in the comments.
It's called anxiety.
Stress and anxiety. That is.
Talk
I
about
looked it up.
Neal's trauma.
Yeah. I have like the weird dreams where you have like those giant cockroaches. You ever have those?
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so right now we have Ponos at super closeout prices. You know, Noah's closing out the whole deluxe special series, you know, like the ATD-CR, MTSH-C, and all those. So I'm listing them at between 40 and 45% off right now. So
Holy moly.
yeah,
It's like the biggest sale we've ever had.
it's super well. Whoa! This is market speak. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like you can get like a ATD-CR, MTD-CR for like $549. I mean, while they last.
Wow.
But Pono has a 15% price increase next year, so it's like you get one of those deluxe models for same price as what yeah. Anyways, it's the time to grab them. So we're gonna check out a couple of those now. Maybe you guys can conjure up another sweet Christmas tune.
All right.
Woo!
Oh, that was good. That was epic.
Good call. Good call.
I'll take it.
Took us to church.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
So, Corey's got a Spruce Rosewood Dreadnaught.
One that we haven't had in a while. I think
Yeah.
at least a couple years.
That Dreadnaught sound.
Super deep. Thanks to the beautiful rosewood on the back and sides. Helps give it that really low end growl, which is nice. Spruce top brings out a lot of brightness. So if you're playing in a group, not specifically, this is a type of size and wood combination for bluegrass players, but I mean, this is good for anything. You could do it for strumming rhythm, or this is a good finger picker too. Pretty much anything you throw at it, it's gonna sound amazing.
She can play country, yeah.
One thing I really like is you can play soft, but then if you're playing in a group and you have to kind of play louder and be heard, it doesn't get muddy. Really nice and clean, very powerful. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else you could ask for. A nice guitar.
It's a classic. Classic shape and tone wood combo.
It's not too big too. Some dreadnoughts can be like you're playing this boat. You could try to get your hands around a big yacht. Oh, it sounds great, but it's not that comfortable. This is like perfect.
Somebody's perfect for sure. So, like I was mentioning, these models that Neal and Kalei have are on special closeout, and get them while they last. There is limited supply. So, with Ponos in general, they come with the Closeout Alohi strings, which are nice, but I like to use different ones, and so on these two I chose two of what I thought would be good choices. The one that Neal has the Pepe Romero low G tenor set. I really like that set on a lot of things. It's got a nice strong tension without being too much.
You still use those?
I do use those. I go back and forth, but yeah, nice. Between Uke Logic and I have always a set because I like them too, depending on the uke.
Yeah, and then funny you mention it because Uke Logics are on the one that Kalei has. That's the hard tension tenor set, which I told him I didn't bother lowering the action for the harder tension, so he got to like power through it.
At least down here is easy to play.
Like, don't want things to be too easy.
I like
that wouldn't be as fun.
Well, also too is like the hard tension adds a lot more warmth, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially when you want a bit more sound, you want to push up more volume. High tension strings are probably a good thing to try out.
That's a work well for high tension strings too.
Yeah, this
Right.
ukulele will definitely handle any type of tension string set you throw at it.
Which is worse, the GHS fluorocarbons?
Oh my gosh.
Stress test.
Stress test.
So, Neal, give us a sample with the RTSH-C.
Yeah, a song with notes and chords and tuning. There we go.
My stomach was talking.
I thought that was me. I was like, is that me?
We got in some new customs,
Ooh, that's right.
but maybe we can save them for another day.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So again, we'll post individual clips at TUS Clips here on YouTube. And what a pleasure, Neal.
Hey,
It's just always such a joy.
it's a very mutual feeling.
You come with salmon
Gifts.
and music.
No, it's super. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to come and see you guys and play with you guys. I look forward to it all year long. I look at I watch the podcast and I'm like, oh man, I miss my friends. I wish I could play music with them all the time. So
Oh, you just stop
I
by
think it all
every-
tears. It's like, oh man, I really
Every
like being
week.
here.
Every week. Every week. Just
Yeah.
stop by.
So anyway, it's always a pleasure. Thank you
as
very
much
much.
as
always.
possible from you. Yeah.
Hey, 52 flights a year.
And
not
I don't know how long
Out
you're
of
here,
reach.
but maybe we can do some of the lessons for our members.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, go
got
sign
some
up
ideas.
at the website. Ooh,
maybe we can all go on a
it's
trip.
gonna happen. Seattle.
Hey,
There.
yeah.
That's another Hawaii, just like Alaska.
Hey, there's
Bunch of
plenty Hawaii people that
The
live in
ninth and
Seattle.
10th
a bunch of
island.
them.
It's kind of insane. Oh. Yeah. I can think of, You get plate lunch up. I mean, it's not
My
my
stomach. No,
Speaking of,
no, Bobby.
I was like, what was that? I was like, woo, woo, woo.
yeah, that's a sign, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Feed me, Seymour.
We love you. We'll see you soon. Aloha.